Hi everyone, I'm Ángel Merino, a PhD student at Universidad Carlos III de Madrid, and I'm going to present our paper analysis and implementation of nanotargeting on LinkedIn based on publicly available non-PII. In this research, we wondered if the location and skills displayed by LinkedIn users in their profile can be a unique combination in the whole LinkedIn user base. If that's the case, this is important for several reasons. First, modern data regulations define personal data as any combination of items linked to an identifiable individual. If a combination of location and skills is linked to a single individual, that may be considered personal data. Second, anyone can target ads on LinkedIn to users with a specific location and set of skills. If the combination is unique, a user may be targeted uniquely. This entails several risks. The most evident one is hyper-personalized manipulation. So, we focus on location and skills from LinkedIn users. But why? Because this data is publicly available for any other user that finds my profile by my name, and no matter if we are contacts or not. This involves a fundamental risk because anyone willing to do so could retrieve this data from your profile. Then this data can be used to target ads using the LinkedIn Campaign Manager. There, the advertisers can define the audience of an ad combining different non-PII elements, such as location, set of skills, company names, and others. The platform then reports the audience size of the defined combination. This is, how many users live in that location and have that set of skills. We collect this audience size systematically for thousands of combinations of location and skills from real users, and we made our analysis from there. We collected 3 different datasets of user profiles with different searching strategies. The paper details how we proceeded for each dataset. We did this to avoid the bias of a single searching strategy and get more diverse users in terms of location, level of activity on the platform, etc. Then we obtained the aggregated dataset joining the 3 datasets, and it resulted in 3,352 users that reported at least one skill. From those, almost all reported a location. The median audience size is quite similar for the location and the skills, with around 1 million users, and the users report in median 16 skills. Around 25% of the users didn't report any skill. And for our methodology, only the users that report the skills are useful. So from now on, we will focus on the users that reported the skill. The methodology consists in taking subsets from the skills of these users. Starting with one skill, we retrieve the audience size matching it. Then we add a second skill from the user and retrieve the audience size of that combination. By definition, the latter will be lower, because the combination of the 2 skills should be shared by less users. We do this till we combine all the skills from the first user, and then repeat the process for all the users. We end up having a distribution of samples of audience sizes, or AS, for each value of n. We take quantiles on that distribution and obtain the colored markers in the graphics. The lines fitting the markers can be projected below the AS of 300, which is the minimum AS value reported by the platform, and the cut point with an AS of 1 is the number of skills that make users unique on LinkedIn with a probability equal to the quantile. This result is NP. We apply the analysis in 4 scenarios for each dataset. You can find more details on the paper. Here are the results for the aggregated dataset in the 2 scenarios in which we use the location, as almost every user reports it. The blue line results from the methodology taking the skills at random from each user's skillset, and the red line is taking the least popular skills first. There, we compute that 13 random skills, or 5 rare ones, make a user unique with 75% of probability. The graphics shows the probability of uniqueness according to the number of skills listed by the user. Taking the results when taking the skills at random and taking into account the portion of users on LinkedIn that report more than n skills, For each point, we estimate the number of users that are unique on the whole LinkedIn system. Our results suggest that between 26 and 43% of LinkedIn users globally list a unique combination of location and skills. We have quantified user uniqueness, which is a necessary condition for the concept of nanotargeting, reaching one and only one user with an ad campaign. In our case, using their location and set of skills. Uniqueness is necessary because if a specific combination of location and set of skills is shared by another user, the ad will potentially reach both of them. Reaching only one individual was supposed to be not possible, because according to LinkedIn, the minimum audience size to launch a campaign is 300 users. This is now correctly enforced, but it wasn't formerly, as we show in our proof of concept experiment. So, we wondered if we could reach users uniquely with an ad. We also wanted to validate the results of our analysis. So along with the location, we used subsets of skills and not the full skill set of the 3 authors targeted for the experiment. With subsets of 7, 10, 13, 16, and 19 skills for each user, we launched 15 campaigns, from which 12 only reached the targeted user. The paper contains details of the results for each campaign, the cost of the campaigns, and how we validate how many users were reached. The main insight is that we proved that nanotargeting was possible and validated that the results of our data analysis were consistent. All the 3 campaigns using 13 skills or more nanotargeted the 3 users. At the right, we show the ad creativity we used for the campaigns. My co-authors were able to do this in Facebook in the past, using their own interest, only accessible to them. But this case is fundamentally different, because here the location and skills are public, enabling anyone to nanotarget LinkedIn users whenever they have a sufficient number of skills listed. We were able to launch nanotargeting campaigns because the policy of not allowing campaigns with an audience size under 300 users was not correctly implemented by LinkedIn. As this video shows, the button to launch the campaign was disabled in that case, but it could be easily activated, and when clicked, the campaign was launched as a regular campaign and eventually got active. We reported this through HackerOne, the official LinkedIn platform to report security or privacy bugs. They have a list of cases that don't qualify as a bug, and they claim that our bug required unlikely user interaction or relied on social engineering, not qualifying. They closed our report at the triage stage. In our view, the logic was that this bug enabled social engineering attacks, but the bug itself was a company policy being poorly implemented and should have been fixed at that point. LinkedIn didn't fix the bug at that moment, and we kept doing other experiments with nanotargeting campaigns, the last one as of July 2023. Then, during the resubmission process for this conference, we tried to launch nanotargeting campaigns again, and we realized that the bug was already fixed. Now you can reactivate and click the button to launch the campaign, but it goes to a new status, audience too small, and to launch it, you must raise the audience size above 300 users. We are happy that LinkedIn fixed this, which for us is a privacy bug, although they didn't give us any credit. To conclude, this research shown how a high portion of users' location and skill sets are unique on LinkedIn, and how this uniqueness enabled nanotargeting on the LinkedIn ads platform because the policy of the minimum audience size was not properly implemented. For us, it also shows how the research on privacy topics can have a practical impact for the users. Regarding future works, the possibility of nanotargeting could be studied in other platforms. And also, we should wonder if the lower audience limits are enough. Now we can't nanotarget users on LinkedIn, but likely we can still prompt our target with an ad, despite some other people will also see it. Further research should evaluate the practical impact of these limits. And that's all. Thank you very much for your attention, and bye.